Happy Monday. It's a portion of the Chat Benson Show brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts, license number 645. It's happening, people. Tides are changing, but Bell still has no car.
Yeah.
So,
but on the bright side, I did hear the transformer on the pole explode a couple times before I got in your car today to drive into work.
it would almost be better if it exploded altogether, knocked the power out again so they could come out to you.
Yeah, but then, it'd probably be another 2 weeks before they could get to me.
Well, they know it's you now because you complained.
They got 500 new linemen on, though. Did you hear that? Where were they last week?
The embarrassment of what has happened, and we're going to break it down for you here, because you know what? It is time that we do our thing. You know what time it is.
When the weather weathers, we weather the storm, bringing you fast and accurate Chapass reports with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver. Now it's time for the Chapass Report. Tell us about the Chapin, Ken. Chapass Report.
So the Chapin, the cold seems to be leaving for a bit, if I'm correct, Ken. Although I did see that there was, according to some of the new models out there, the European model, we could get some snow later on this week, but I don't believe any of that.
Compared to where we were last week, we are downright balmy right now, boys.
I wore shorts all the way in today. I just wore them. I walked here.
Yeah. This morning was the first time in over a week my wife and I have been able to get back out on our morning walks. And I actually had to take my coat off. And It was still 31 degrees. Yet it was
weird.
Much better than any period last week. Yeah, right now we're sitting at 44 degrees in Nashville. And, I mean, it feels wonderful.
Sweater weather.
Yeah.
It's like it has arrived.
Yeah, but couldn't come at a better time. Wish it could have come earlier. I mean, just making everything worse was just last week's weather. And my goodness, I mean, there was a period Saturday when the wind started picking up with those temperatures. I was just thinking to myself, man, this is dangerous weather.
It is.
Just absolutely dangerous weather. And to be sitting here at 44 degrees today and it feels so much better is just amazing to me. And I know it feels better to all those, we still have 24,715 Nashvillians still without power. I know it feels better to them, even though it's not better, but it is. Does that make any sense?
It is. You have to live through it, but this makes it easier to live through when you don't have, 0 as your high.
Right.
Feels like -3. I went out yesterday, take the dogs out. It was snowing in the morning.
It snowed all morning in my house.
I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I expected a little bit, but I didn't expect that. It was snowing.
Yeah.
But it didn't stick.
It sticked at mine. It stuck at mine.
When I walked in today, there was a return of, I was telling Belle, there's a return of some normalcy. How is that? Because when I passed the naked roundabout, my two homeless guys who sing country music as loud as they can in their outfits were out there holding concert.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, some normalcy back in here. But as more comes out about NES, when Freddie's turning on you, you got some troubles.
That's the thing. Yeah, this is, shall we call it a bipartisan effort?
Yeah. There's no right or left here, kids. There was right and wrong. And NES was wrong. Teresa, Belle just showed she did a video that was just so, it stop.
Out of touch.
Just stop. You failed.
Just crawl under a rock, stay there till you're fired, and then just leave and never let us see you again.
And it's going to be fired, right? Because here's the thing. She's not going to resign.
Well, and at this point, since the board of directors for NES hasn't fired her, they should resign too.
Oh, they should all resign, but you got to get your fat paycheck on the way out. You don't leave for free.
We're going to learn more at 1, boys. Apparently, Mayor Freddie O'Connell is going to give a briefing at 1 o'clock today. So we'll be listening in on that and, get you the highlights of that coming up at 1.
Well, he changed his. Remember last week, he really changed his tune.
Yeah, last week he was kind of, let's wait and see. I mean, I'm not satisfied, but, let's wait and see to apparently yesterday he finally got his fill.
Well, and he said the same thing we've been saying. They were unequipped to communicate. First and foremost, they had nobody that was there. I continue to say I am just flabbergasted over the fact that you have no public information officer that is the face that goes out and delivers everything, that becomes that person that you really communicate with, the person that's talking to the media all day, the person that's on with us, and then they're over in the other station, they're in the Spanish station, they're on sports station, they're on every television channel. No, you had none of that. Instead, you sent Teresa and what's his name up there the other day, who looked terrified. There are people that face sharks in the ocean that don't look as terrified as that guy was.
Well, Brent Baker has not. I have not seen him at a briefing since. Was it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday when they gave was it Wednesday or Thursday when they gave that horrific.
When Channel 4's reporters Jeremy Finley and Stacey Cameron, were just drilling them. With poignant. We're 6 days into this. They were leading their questions. We are 6 days into this, and you can't tell people when their power's coming back on?
Yeah, 6 days. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. And then you're like, well.
That would have been Thursday.
And they keep doing, 80% of the people have their power on. Oh, that's
yeah. And we
What?
have not heard Nashville strong since Monday.
Oh, that was embarrassing. She'll never leave that down when she goes to her next job. Because here's the thing. People like that, they'll end up somewhere else on some other board, on some other thing, right? And then all of a sudden you will wonder why the water doesn't work. And then Teresa will roll out there and go, oh, well, Nashville's slippery, or whatever she's going to say.
And, I've heard debates as to, they thought it was just going to be snow, not ice. And I'm saying, no, there was part of Middle Tennessee was definitely under not just a winter storm warning, but an ice storm warning, too.
We're a bunch of goofballs outside of Ken, right? I'm wearing shorts and a T-shirt. It's about as good as you're going to get. I knew ice was coming. Mm-hmm. I knew that there was going to be a freeze. I knew that there was going to be this giant storm moving through. You could see it. This wasn't a shock. We didn't wake up and go, oh, my God, it's 2 degrees outside.
Well, and even, you can get technical and debate the difference between a winter storm warning and an ice storm warning. But even in a winter storm warning, ice is still very possible.
Yeah.
And according to Metro Council member Joyce Stiles, who's also a mayoral candidate, she says that, she is accusing NES of being dishonest with the public and how many crews they had ready to go. She claims they only had 160 ready to go, whereas Atlanta had 10,000 ready and North Carolina had 18,000 that were ready. That is a huge difference.
Well, even if we had what they said originally was like 400, somewhere like this, 600, whatever. How would they have 17,000, 18,000, 9,000, whatever it is, and we have
160?
160. How's that? How is that?
I saw a video of her talking about not wanting, this is from a few years back, of her not wanting to have NES destroy the canopy of Nashville's tree line. So they didn't cut the trees back. So now nature has destroyed the canopy and we're out of power.
But at least they saved money.
There you go. And the canopy looks good, except for the part where it fell over because the ice came and then tipped the tree all the way down and snap. And then they started popping. Somebody just texted in 2637, day 9 without power.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Day
Absolutely
9.
Ridiculous.
And they're saying it's not going to be fully restored until Monday, possibly.
So, and what is it? 1% of the people. That's, 407? So you're looking at 400, about almost 5,000 people without power. Still next week.
Yeah.
And I bet you that'll move. Day 9. Here's the thing. You've lost your food, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Your medicine, as they were talking about earlier. Among other things that are happening in your house and you're trying to take care of. And let's not forget, it's freezing still. Even though it's warmer than it has been, it's still cold AF at night.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to get down to 29 tonight. And that's no joke. That's below freezing.
And those people are going to suffer through that because of Teresa Applin's incompetence.
Yes. Freddie changed his tune, I think, when he heard from all the constituents going, hey, this isn't about whether or not they tried really hard. It was about the fact that they were ill-prepared to handle this. They understaffed, and we heard that from linemen last week. It was like they didn't have enough polls already, and we've heard that a couple times. They didn't have enough staff, and I don't know where they thought they were going to get it. Did they really think that there wasn't going to be this big of an issue?
Or did they think that everybody was just going to understand because it was a quote-unquote unprecedented storm?
Which it wasn't.
Unprecedented. It's coming. None of us see it. We think it's going to be a Cat 1. It's a Cat 5. That's unprecedented.
Right.
Not, hey, for 5 days, everybody's like, man, this weekend's going to be cold AF, and there's going to be snow, and then after the snow, there's going to be driving, freezing rain. Then it's going to freeze because it dropped down to feels like -5. Everybody saw it. And if every other state is getting ready, you know what I don't hear? People complaining about North Carolina, or people complaining about the Northeast, or people complaining about Atlanta and some of these. I don't hear any, even Florida, for God's sakes. The only thing they're pissed about is there's so many iguanas falling on the ground.
Right.
Did you see all those iguanas? Just people are filling them up with their buckets.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Those poor lizards, man.
Yeah, and they're alive.
They're still alive?
They're alive for now, because then they're going to be killed, but still, because they're invasive. But, oh, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. And hopefully they do get this stuff somewhat turned around fast for the people's sake. But I have a feeling this time next week we're still going to be talking about a swath of folks that are going to be struggling still. And
hopefully my power pole will burn down by then.
Never, dude, never. They're leaving that for an art project.
Probably.
They should. Oh, my. Yeah, Bill. Electric vehicle. Electric vehicle.
Just silly.
Vehicle. Electric vehicle. But Freddie also goes, oh, my constituents aren't very happy about this.
I'll give him credit. He gave NES the rope to hang themselves, and they did.
Well,
twice.
I mean, you can't look at it that way.
They doubled down on it. They're like throwing themselves off cliffs. It was that bad. And, look, if you were in front of people every day, taking questions and talking about how you screwed up and, trying to do, sounding contrite and doing everything you can, saying I'm working 24/7, we're sleeping here. If you at least did that, there's some maybe potential saving of face, but you didn't even do that. Then you came out and Nashville strong. Shut up.
Yeah, somebody might need to explain too. I don't know about you boys, but I've had listeners message me images of what they say, and it appears to be like dozens of line trucks just parked and not going anywhere, just in big parking lots, just sitting there. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if those.
Well, you do have to have the staff to man them.
Right. Well,
and we haven't had that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if those are crews that are on break or if they even take breaks. I don't know what that means. But to somebody without power, I know what that means. That is anger through the roof.
Yeah, as it should be.
When I was driving into the station this morning, I was coming up the interstate, and there was one of those rotating billboards, and NES had bought an ad thanking the linemen, which I think the linemen do deserve thanks because they've been out there busting their ass.
Yeah.
Why the hell are they spending money on an ad?
It's just... You thought of that. Somebody thought of that. Mr. Baker, did you think of that one? Good for you, sir. That's the one you came up with. He went to college.
He went to college, and all of these other CEOs and vice presidents, he went to college with them, and they're asking him where we can help, when we can help. But
Bill, I went to college with you and your kid. I'm so sorry.
That just was not.
They are just, this is an epic fail. No doubt about that.
That's when you needed PR. You needed somebody who knows what they're doing.
You should have brought somebody in immediately. The minute this happened, you should have a PR firm and a PIO that would give them a shirt and let them lead. You didn't, and because of that, you're going to pay the price for it. Coming up, a lot of stuff to get to. Guys, I'm going to play the funniest thing that I've maybe seen in sports in years.
Okay.
It is so incredible. And when you hear the comments, it's just as amazing. Talk a bit about that. We got some Epstein stuff. We're on a government shutdown, yada, 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 a lot of other stuff as well. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Good try, Elon. We still know you were inside the Epstein stuff. Oh! So boxing this weekend. Jarrell Miller, undercard of Teofimo Lopez fight against Shakur Stevenson. It's Madison Square Garden. He is squaring off against Kingsley Ibe. And memes for days.
Off his head, Sergio! Wow! That is going to make the rounds on social media. That's like a cartoon. Oh, my goodness gracious. It is a toupee. And he just took it up and threw it into the crowd.
In the middle of the fight, his toupee just totally flew back and stuck. It was straight in the air. It was hilarious. Just flew back, and they're like, what is that? Then he takes it off, and he tosses it into the crowd.
That's Three Stooges stuff right there, man.
He said he went over to his mama's house the day before.
That's awesome.
And he tried to wash his hair with something, and it had like some sort of acetone or something in it, and it burned his hair, and it got a mess, so they told him to run out and get a toupee. So he fought with a toupee. And you could see it moving kind of throughout the fight. I'm like, man, he's getting hit pretty hard. His head's moving really bad. Then all of a sudden, it just went straight back. Oh, goodness me. Oh, I was laughing. I was like, this just happened. That guy's like, he won, by the way. He won in split decision. Yeah. Toupee or not, he won. Toupee or not, I cannot believe that.
Touche
With the toupee. And he took it off. People are passing it around, throwing it like a Frisbee. Oh, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. A lot of you chiming in on how angry you guys are, wondering why several of you have said it. We've seen a lot of not ice trucks, not different, but the lineman trucks. Some of those are probably private contractors. Remember when they first came out and said that they, was it last week about the NES? Said, no, we didn't say that we wouldn't work with union members. We said that the companies that we are going to work with, we have to have like a background check and all that stuff. And who knows? I mean, they're so full of it. They're so upside down, NES, with any of this crap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what you say at this point in time. You've dug a hole so deep that even if you came out with the truth, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
It's always better to just come out with the truth.
Yeah. Well, somewhat. No. There's a new study out that says telling the truth isn't always the right thing to do.
Maybe not.
Kind of lying. It has a lot to do with flattery. You know, like if your wife asks you, does your butt look big in the jeans? You don't always have to say something, you know what I mean? So, but this would have been one where it would have been best to come out with the truth. Just a smidge. I'm watching. Have you seen the Savannah Guthrie stuff?
Yeah. I'm monitoring that. That is an incredible story.
So she lives out there in Tucson.
Yep.
And Savannah Guthrie with the Today Show. Didn't she just have massive surgery on her throat, right? Was that it?
Savannah?
Yeah, was it her?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but her mother, now they're pretty sure that it was a crime scene.
Yeah, they're saying she was taken. Her mother, her 84-year-old mother, was taken from her Arizona home, is what they're saying.
That's nuts.
This is the sheriff is quoted as saying, this is not a dementia-related case. She is as sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
But she is gone.
Goodness me. So
that would be terrible.
It would be. That's got to be just so insane. Your mom's just gone.
Yeah.
So Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy Guthrie. So she's 84.
84.
And she's just.
And apparently, pretty spry. As according to the sheriff, there's no dementia-related thing here. She's sharp as a tack, he says.
That's insane. And so she is, well, at this point in time, we don't know. I mean, they said that they're treating it like a crime scene, not as you say, it was a silver alert. So, taken, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos says evidence at the scene indicates she did not leave on her own, and there is evidence of a crime.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
Details.
I mean, when Fox is leading with it, like it's crazy because everybody rallies around each other because like this is more important than, the other stuff as far as, politics. But still just that's so weird. Like you figure you're targeting somebody. You must know who her daughter is or something.
Could be.
Crazy. Coming up, we got a lot of stuff still to talk about today. There's a big loss yesterday over the weekend for the Republicans in Texas that shocked everybody. We'll talk a bit about that. Obviously, Epstein stuff come up. We'll talk a bit about that. A bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Da-da-da. So, somebody asked me if I've talked about Moltbook. Do you guys know what that is? So, all of the AIs, they've built their own Facebook for themselves. It's a social network, 1.4 million digital agents. They're building their own society because we've never seen this movie where it works out well for us at all. Nobody's ever seen this, but you know what? That worked out well. The machines, they just really were. They were they cared about us. They wanted only what was best for us. Bell, when you get your robot, it'll take that thing down.
I think I'm ready for a Terminator movie to be true.
Dude, I remember I was watching the other day. This came across my feed. When Terminator 2 came out, do you remember, was it Jif or somebody came out with silver, peanut butter or something?
Wait, the peanut butter is actually colored silver?
It was like you're looking like you're eating lead paint.
Oh, I would have eaten it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I would have tore that up.
So,
look at this silver peanut butter.
Yeah, so that looks good. Peanut butter's good. That is so. I could sit down with a whole thing of peanut butter and go, I'm just going to eat this tonight.
It's silver.
And it looked creepy. It looked like you were eating some sort of stuff you would get at a store where you're doing crafts, like putting together model airplanes and stuff.
So was the peanut butter supposed to be like
the Terminator,
the liquid one in a jar?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Get out of that jar and get on that sandwich.
That's it. Get over there. Oh, wow. Look at it. It's now become it. No way. Goodness me. So, yeah. But it was so creepy looking. You're like, there's a portion of me who wants to try it. So I can overcome in my mind.
Absolutely, man.
I can overcome in my mind that that's not really silver. And the other part of it is, even if it is.
And if it is, all right.
I'll be mad as a hatter. We'll be fine. Did you guys watch the Grammys?
I did not.
No.
So Cher came out to deliver the big one last night.
Oh, yeah.
This is what she did. So
what was she wearing?
Exactly what you think Cher would wear.
She was in a G-string.
Basically, yeah. So she comes out to deliver the award, but she just got a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to walk off now. All right. I have to walk off and
She has no idea what she's doing. She just walks off. She hasn't told anybody who is getting even nominated. Yeah. She's done none of that.
Before you go, Cher. Cher, before you go, could we get you to announce the nominees? I could do it, but it's not the same. I don't have the track record. Welcome back, Cher, everybody.
So she comes back, and they're like, okay. So they're like, you can do this. All right. She goes, okay. So she reads the stuff on the prompter, and then she stands there.
And the Grammy goes to...
Just looking. She's got the card.
Oh! They told me it was going to be on the prompter. Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
Who? Luther Vandross? It was Kendrick Lamar. The song's called Luther with SZA, which is about Luther Vandross. He did not get it. What with him being dead?
Hey, you can win a Grammy posthumously.
Oh.
How many years?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's rich.
It was Lennon and Jim Croce both won Grammys posthumously.
Yeah, but that's not what this was.
Yeah, that's not what this was.
That was the name of the song.
Look at me. Yeah, her face doesn't even move. If I could turn back time. You ever think people get to the point where they've just done so much work? You're like, like I watched the Michael trailer today for the new Michael movie, which actually looks good. I hate to say it. You know his nephew's playing him in the movie? It's his nephew, it's Jermaine's son. Not Tito. Tito's son don't get nothing. He doesn't even get part of the 5. But I just wonder, do you think you ever get to that point where you've just done so much, right? Where you don't even look, because you could tell like 80% of her's not real. But she had exactly what she had on, like sheer, with like a G-string.
Oh my goodness.
And she's like wrapped in ribbon. And you're like, okay. And then what's her name? I was just like seeing some of the highlights. Lady Gaga came out and sang, and you know what she looked like? She looked like she was in The Masked Singer.
Well, she always kind of does, though.
It was just even for her, it was like over the top.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It was, even for her, I was like,
I do love the lady, though.
I'd like to. She's got so much talent.
She is so talented.
Yes. Man. You know who else is talented? Sia. The one who has the weird, because she's got anxiety.
Yes.
She wears, actually, I've seen pictures of her recently where it's just her hair and she's looking right into the camera.
Yeah, but normally she's got everything over, like her eyes.
Her bangs hang over her eyes. The one side of her wig is white and the other side is black.
Yeah. So, but she's got all kinds of talent too. But I watched none of it, but I watched some of the highlights. I thought, okay, some of them would be interesting. Jelly Roll actually was awesome. He gave.
Way to go, Jelly.
Jelly won. I think it was the contemporary country. I was like the first one. He came out and delivered a hell of a speech.
I know they're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, sir. Lord.
Yes, sir.
Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Manili, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
And then they pulled him off, and I thought that was awesome. And then afterwards, right?
I mean, is he sure that Jesus isn't owned by a political party?
Oh, I think yeah. One would like to claim so. Yeah. So, and but then so you go backstage. You've never been to the Grammys. I've seat filled at a couple of these when I was younger. It's actually fun because my friend Randy, she's the voice of a lot of these things. She used to be. And so she, hey, you come hang out, and then backstage, and I announce, and then if you want to, you can go seat fill. Where if somebody gets up and some of these things, and last night's a little different, but you just sit there, so it doesn't look like nobody's there. So then you go backstage, and all of the writers are there, and they ask you questions, and they ask them about ICE and immigration and whatnot.
That people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man. I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've come so disconnected from what's happening. And I'm just not I grew up in a house of like insane pandemonium and like I didn't even know politics were real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. Like that's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we like have common calls about what's happening in world politics? Like we're just trying to find a way to survive, man, And I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to in the next week, and everybody's going to hear exactly what I have to say about it in the most loud and clear way I've ever spoken in my life. So I look forward to it. Thank you for bringing it up.
So I feel like he's going to give us a song next week.
Yeah.
Don't you? Go. And then the thing is, right, so you got to think, okay, where do you live? Country. They're going to expect you to be completely against immigration. But I'm not sure he's going to be because I don't think that's the kind of guy he is. So it'll be interesting, but I have a feeling he's going to say it in a song. As you do.
He's going to piss somebody off, that's for sure.
Everybody gets pissed off. Well, you guys saw that thing I sent you the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was hilarious. Somebody's very angry. Again, angry. The internet is full of nothing but angry people.
Can't please everybody.
You can't even please, you can't please everybody. There's no doubt about that. But it was, and that was about Bad Bunny. And I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
But and it was about Don Lemon, because I don't hate Don Lemon enough.
Don Lemon, man.
He got a standing O last night. Greatest thing to ever happen to him. The greatest thing that ever happened to Don Lemon.
Was getting arrested.
Absolutely. I mean, it gave him street cred for the nerds. All of the MS, NBC crowd and all of those. This gave him street cred big time, because now we can go back out there and talk about, look at me. I stood up to the blardy-blar. Oh, good. It gave him such street cred. But he was there last night. And they gave him, Don, you're the best. You know what Don wouldn't have been? He wouldn't have been on the red carpet.
No.
Because...
Had that never happened?
Yeah. He would have been there covering it, but he wouldn't have been on the red carpet. Instead, he became a story.
Right.
Yeah, he became a story. And that was not something that you should have done. And okay. That you guys did. And now you gave Don Lemon. Lemonhead.
Lemonhead.
He's still... You gave him something. People talking about him on the Sunday shows. Oh, you gave him everything he dreamed of. He thought he was going to be, a peripheral. Maybe have 500,000 subs at best. Few other things, write for some stuff. And, but now, put him back in the eye of the storm. Good work, guys. Good
They
work.
might hire him back at CNN.
They
you
might.
never know.
Or MSN, whatever they called MS Now.
Yeah, MS now.
MS Now.
MS Now or never. Mostly never. You know what you guys are? Tax write-off. We're making so much money for other things, we got to keep MS Now so we can write all this crap off. You guys are the WNBA of news. Chad, that's not very nice. That's all. Well, that's not very nice. It's a little bit true. Coming up, the world's biggest rat/groundhog made his choice today.
Yeah, little Punxsutawney Phil.
Little Punxsutawney Phil.
I want that.
140th appearance.
Yeah.
How does that rat live that long?
I know. He looks in great shape, by the way. So we're going to talk a bit about, what did he say? Are we going to have to wear, is it still going to be, is it long pants season or shorts? We'll discuss straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 987.
Ground
I'm better than him. So I'm watching today, and I thought, outside of the movie, I've never really seen it except when they hold it up and go, look, it's the giant platypus or whatever it is. So I watched the whole thing this morning, and I was, first of all, how many people there? Super early, right? It's
And they're drunk.
They're drunk as a skunk, and it is freezing everybody's breath. I mean, it's just, they're out there partying, music's playing, and they have dancers, like cheerleaders, which is insane, right? And then when they're singing, they were singing, you make me what? The whole crowd's going crazy. There's the Gobbler's Knob or whatever the hell it's called, Hobbler Knob or whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Hobbler Knob.
Whatever, some sort of knobbler thing.
Gobbler's Knob.
Yeah, so it's right there. And behind, they've got this big thing, and they have all of these huge things that are shooting flames like it's become WWE. And then they bring all the guys out that look like, with their top hats, the mortuary guys.
Yeah.
And then and I'd never seen it, so they roll out, and all of them have a funny name. Like, here comes Mr. Sprinkles and stuff like that. So he rolls out the red carpet onto the knob. And then they bring out this chest, and they put it down with 2 scrolls, and they say, they bring him out, and they said, he will decide what it is, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so let's see what they decided.
It is my job this February 2 to look to the skies and report back to you that there is a shadow here on my ground. 6 more weeks of winter abound.
Boo. Boo. Shame.
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 hobbler's knob.
Oh, that little fella.
Kind of a fat boy.
Oh, Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah, he's a little big. He's a little big boy. He is. But he comes out, and he's like looking around. They're holding him up. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, it's Groundhog Day. It's just an excuse to get drunk in Pennsylvania. Let's go outside and look at the giant beaver. Tell everybody how the weather's going to be.
Giant beaver.
Stupid beaver. He don't know nothing. He didn't even have a meteorology degree. By the way, just to let you guys know, he is he's not even 50-50. He gets it right about 39% of the time. So 61% of the time, he screws up.
It's just a reason to go get drunk.
Drunk. That's all it is. It's a reason to get hammered. Absolutely. 100%. It's a reason. It's stupid beaver. You don't know. We're not even friends anymore. I hate you.
Beaver can't even swim.
You guys are lucky you're not in New York or Kathy Hochul will send to get you and kill you like they did that other stupid beaver, whatever it was. With the porno people.
The what?
Remember? That was the when they put the squirrel to death in New York. Remember? When
yeah.
And their whole thing was the reason that the neighbors called on them is because they were doing OnlyFans. You can't make this up, people. I love America. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program. This is going to be a great day. The beaver says it's going to be cold for the rest of the time. We should cuddle. Hour number 2 straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.